The only Nazi activity in North America during the Second World War was on Labrador. Germany relied heavily on U-boats to sink enemy ships. Their missions, as well as the Allied ships that were crossing the Atlantic, depended heavily on weather data. To get this vital data, both Germany and the Allies set up weather balloons in the North Atlantic, but because the Allies had access to Iceland and Greenland, it always had the advantage. Not to mention, because weather systems in that part of the world tend to move from west to east, it favored the Allies who had access to these stations. So Germany decided to get its own strategic position on Labrador. In September of 1943, a crew launched on U-537 with a pre-made weather station named KURT, or KURT, and they set sail for Canada. They reached Martin Bay at Labrador on October 22nd and anchored. Then a small crew took KURT and any necessary supplies to land by dinghy. It took them 28 hours, but they set up the small weather station about 365 meters or 1,200 feet inland on the top of a small hill. To make it look like it was a totally normal device, they stenciled Canadian Meteor Service on KURT and littered the ground with debris, including packets of American cigarettes. KURT broadcast weather data for about 2 months before going inexplicably silent, and the weather station remained unknown until 1977. Labrador is big and not that densely populated. It wasn't until 1981 that a researcher put the whole thing together, and people realized that this little weather station was actually evidence that Nazis made it to North America during the war.